Good morning, pregame crew. It is Monday, October 9th, 2023, 6:23 a.m. Mountain Time, 8:23 a.m. Eastern Time. Good morning. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Jumping on a little later than usual. I had to do all kinds of verification. My computer's like, no. You didn't live stream last week. What are you doing? Good morning, Greg. AB good. Thank you, Rob. Hey, Greg, Shake and Bake, Hector. Hey, Tom, Marvin, Kat, Night Truck, Carlos, Casey, Topher. Hey, Tess, Mal, Gino, Scott, Success, Trey. Hey, Donald. Hey, Nugget, James, Sir Fernando, Mike, Mary, Rob. Good morning. Let's go back up to the top. Hey, Nat, what you got? Success, what you got for me? Monthly could be a bull flag. Weekly lower high is possible. You got a lot of tops in this 198 area. Daily uptrend. Four-hour pullback is healthy so far. You're looking for a higher low compared to Friday's low. I don't see a setup. This is a great looking chart, but I mean, top fishing 198.62, 198.70. That's the clearest setup that I see. I guess if you wanted to look for an hourly higher low compared to Friday's low, that's a setup as well. Looks good. Yeah, hit the like button. I'm sure I have thoughts on Blink. I have lots of thoughts about a lot of things. Blink. Well, this is a train wreck. Weekly is oversold. Monthly is not oversold. I would add this to the dumpster diving list for tax loss harvesting, and I'm going to do that right now. I got a dumpster diving list I'm starting for end of year. Double top at 328, 331. Yeah, I'd be looking to top fish against Friday's high. I couldn't do anything with it right here, right now. Good morning. Hey, B-Hawk, Yilda Ray, Slacker, Camyar, DJ. Hey, Bennett, David, Matthew, Ray, Saucy, DJ. Okay, let's go back up. First time here, David. Welcome. Welcome. TLT has been a dumpster fire. Got some bullish divergence where price made a lower low on Friday and RSI didn't. I read some headlines that China was selling our treasuries. There could be some manipulation in this market, and I use that word very lightly because I think there's so many variables and undercurrents for everything, but this could be artificially manipulated to the downside, so be careful. Trying to catch this falling knife. We don't give any awards, gold stars, or Oscars for nailing bottoms. Potential volume climax, let's see. 4-hour 8 EMA has been a brick wall. Hourly 50 EMA has been a brick wall. Your resistance is the high of Friday. I don't know. The trend is our friend and the trend is down. Good morning. We'll get started here in 3 minutes officially. I'm warming up. What's going on with ExxonMobil? It is gapping up with oil bouncing. Oil tends to bounce when there is a war or uncertainty like there is in Israel. My thoughts and prayers are with all those people over there. I hate that it happens. It just churns my gut. So XOM is bouncing. This was a ridiculous pullback. I could not get over. Straight from all-time high to a weekly lower low. That did take me by surprise, I must admit. So we broke that 105.72 support by 61 cents and then we bounced. I guess you could look for a pullback buy compared to intraday low. 1 second, my computer froze. Compared to 107.10, you could look for a pullback buy possibly. I don't know if it's wisdom, but I'll share something. Bond markets are closed today. It's Canadian Thanksgiving. Daily's oversold. Weekly not oversold. Attempting to hold the monthly 50 MA. I guess you could look for a pullback buy compared to Friday's low, but the trend is down. All right, y'all ready to get started? Let's get this show on the road. Good morning. Welcome to the pregame show. This is who I am. I'm Chart Gal Lori, and I'm part of the Chart Guys community, and we teach technical analysis. If you want to give me a follow on Twitter, that'd be lovely, at Chart Gal Lori. And what I do here every morning, I got to cough real quick. Excuse me. What I do here every morning, besides cough in your ear, is I share the indices, commodities, crypto movers, and shakers of the day. I have this handy dandy table that tells me which way I should be looking, what's the larger thesis of the day based on objective criteria and my ranking system. I show you the economic calendar. I did 2 stars so you can see how many Fed speakers are speaking this week, like a whole boatload. If a boatload is a metric. Okay, if I take the 2-star off, just say 3-star only. We have PPI this week, FOMC meeting minutes, and CPI. PPI, CPI, FOMC meeting minutes. We have bank earnings at the end of this week. We have Fed speakers galore, and we have unrest in the Middle East, and Israel is under attack. All right, so let's start out with VIX. Good morning. No, you're the best, Marvin and Lou Lane. I hope y'all are doing well. All right, let's start with the VIX. VIX is up almost 9%. Why? Because we have fear in the market related to the war. So the weekly resistance line held last week. We closed underneath. I always tell you it's all about the close and how we close. Midweek, we were well above it, but we closed back underneath it. Same thing holds true for this week. We'll see if the VIX can get back underneath that trend line in the weekly 50 MA. But right now, we woke up to a lot of fear and uncertainty in the market. We just set a lower high on the hourly chart, and now we're looking for an hourly higher low. And if we look at the dollar, on the 4-hour, we're looking for a lower high compared to 106.974. If we could set that 4-hour lower high on the dollar, that could help the market bounce. That's what we're looking for here. I'm really paying attention to the dollar a lot because of the inverse correlation to the market, and we could be setting up, let me change the color of my pen, an inverse head and shoulders. If we pull back pretty shallow, we could be setting up an inverse head and shoulders, which is bullish for the dollar and bearish overall for the market. Okay, let's get to the market. We did not set a daily higher high on ES on Friday. NQ we did. We got a new higher high. So NASDAQ has a daily uptrend. ES does not. RTY does not. The Dow does not. So NASDAQ led here. We are at 15,000 psychological area. We got over it last night, but we may stay here at this 15,000 level for a while. It could act as a magnet. And then I want to show you the most important level here. Let's do horizontal ray. Okay, the 200 MA is right here at 4313. You see it? It's right there. I'm trying to get it right at 4313. Somewhere in there. See the purple line? That's the 200 MA. That is where we're sitting on it right now. This is an area of interest for the market. We've got to digest this 200 MA and get up and over 4371 in order to change the daily trend. So NASDAQ led us on Friday. If it were to take a breather, we would need XLF, XLV to step up, and XLF looks super weak this morning. So gun to head, if you said, hey, just guess what's going to happen today, I would say inside bar. Inside bar is most likely when we look at names like Tesla. We are smack dab in the middle of Friday's range. So Friday's range was $11 and we're right here in the middle of it. Let's measure it so you can see. So 50% is 256.15. That's where we are. We're right in the middle of Friday's range. So that makes me interested in things like maybe selling an iron condor on Tesla today. We'll see. I doubt it. I doubt that I do that. This is my first day back at the regular computer and rig. I was away last week, as y'all know, at my mom's. So I'm just going to ease back into things. You know, when your life gets topsy-turvy and things come into your life, you really need to pump the brakes on trading. I can tell you that my trading has not been as great the month of September because of my personal stuff going on. So just know when to pump the brakes. It's good to check in with yourself and say, am I emotionally present? Am I in mental state to trade? You know, is Israel affecting you and upsetting you? Then maybe you don't need to trade. So for those of us who can trade, don't have to trade every day. Some people have to trade every day. All right, so daily inside bar is a more likely scenario on a lot of names when we look at SPY. Right here. 426.87, so we're right here at about a 40% retrace, meaning we retraced about 50% total, and on a bounce, we don't have a guarantee for a higher high. It could be a lower high because we're right here in the middle of the range. Again, iron condors may be on the table for selling premium today on SPY, Tesla, and some other names. QQQ, we're a little closer to the upper range. A higher high is possible on QQQ, but I would be shocked if we got a higher high on QQQ and not on SPY for the market to get continuation. In my opinion, SPY needs a higher high in QQQ in order to get a bull continuation today. And fear is up, so we could see a lot more volatility buying at market open, looking for some unrest with what's going on overseas. Okay, so let's go back up here. So we're right in the middle of Friday's range. We're sitting on the daily 200 MA. A 4-hour high or low is possible, and the question is, do we look like this today and get an EQ and maybe break out tomorrow? Don't know. Don't know. And I know that's why you're here. You want to get clarity, and I give you clarity when I can find it. All right. So on NQ, this is a healthier consolidation than SPY. A higher high is possible. You see how this could still be a bull flag because we're holding the 0.382 retrace. You see that 12-hour inside bars? But again, I don't expect NQ to get a higher high if SPY can't. Thanks, crypto. All right, RTY is weak. This could still be a daily bear flag. It is super weak. IWM has to step up and take some leadership roles. And it says that we're moving into risk on assets. In order for the market to bounce, we need IWM on the same page as the NASDAQ. And right now it's not. It's not. A lower high is a more likely scenario. Okay, the Dow retraced to the golden pocket. So now what's on the table for the Dow is a lower high because of the size of the pullback. That's not a good omen for the market. Again, hourly lower high set on VIX, and we could be setting an inverse head and shoulder on VIX as well as the dollar. And that is bearish the market if this were to come to fruition. All right, Hang Seng was up 0.18%. DAX is down 0.77%. Again, unrest causing some shakiness in the markets. Bitcoin is down. Y'all look at the daily 200 MA overhead on Bitcoin. Reject, 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 reject. You tell me this isn't a key level for Bitcoin. We have enough room for daily high or low. Let's see if we get it set. 4 hours in a downtrend. We're oversold on the hourly chart. And on the next bounce, we're looking for lower high. This Bitcoin action, IWM action, Dow action, XLF action has me looking bearish the market today. Ethereum lost a daily 50 MA. Daily downtrend, much weaker than Bitcoin, oversold. RSI is 21 on the hourly chart. Okay, dollar. I went over that, beat that horse dead. Gold is pulling back. Gold had a great bounce on Friday and an overnight gap up. However, we're still looking for a daily lower high. So bears are taking their swipe at gold again. Here, 4-hour higher low is expected. On a pullback, then can we change the 4-hour trend? It remains to be seen, but gold is pretty weak this morning. Yeah, it did gap up, but it's given a lot back. And the dollar, if the dollar sets that 4-hour lower high, then gold may be able to set the 4-hour higher low because they trade inverse often. Oil really gave a ton back last week, and I was saying it erased all of September's gains. Almost the entire month of gains in just a few days last week. So oil is bouncing. We're up 4% on the unrest in Israel. War usually is bullish oil. Hourly got overbought in a daily downtrend. That was a good area to short. I think you could still get a top fish against 87.24 as well, looking for the hourly lower high and the daily lower high. Nat gas, man, that trade worked out, didn't it? I know y'all thought I lost my mind 2 weeks ago today when I said, hey, y'all, I'm looking for a long in nat gas. Well, that came to fruition. I didn't trade it. We're daily overbought. And, well, I'm not going to say that. We are overbought. I'd feel more comfortable being a bear on nat gas up here than a bull, but the trend is up, and I'm watching this trend line for potential loss of it. Same thing with copper, we're losing it. Daily lower high is the more likely scenario. We got overbought on the hourly chart, so I would look for a bounce to short on copper. Apple, good morning, George. There are 256 of y'all and only 84 likes. If you could hit that like button, I'd greatly appreciate it. And for the super chat, thank you so much. All right. $173. We pulled back about 40% of Friday's move on Apple, so a higher high is possible, not guaranteed, but possible on Apple. On the weekly chart, we're still looking for a lower high, and 4-hour got overbought. So 4-hour overbought in a weekly downtrend is typically the area where we go top fishing. Excuse me, I gotta sneeze. Sorry about that. So we'll see if the weekly lower high gets set sooner than later on Apple. We still have monthly bull flags all the way around, potential monthly bull flags, but bulls need to get after it today and defend all of Friday's action. If we give back a lot of Friday's action, then that shows that Friday was short covering only, and short covering can weaken a market. Yes, I said weaken a market because you take a lot of the liquidity that's on the sidelines, you take it out of the market. I love allergies. No, really, I do. Amazon. This megaphone really stood out to me this morning, and I was drawing it on different time frames, so the trend lines aren't exact where they should be. But overall, you can see higher high, lower low without follow through. I like a bounce top fish on Amazon. I'd be looking for a reverse back burner, first 5-minute overbought during regular trading hours. Thanks, Tess. I appreciate it. Hey, Brian in Argentina. I have a very good friend in Argentina, Mr. Fabulous. Okay, Amazon, I like a reverse back burner for top fish. Nvidia. Okay, we're looking for a potential weekly head and shoulders here, y'all. And I'm personally watching this hourly trend line, and then we have a 4-hour trend line looking for a bear break. I'm looking for a top fish on NVIDIA compared to Friday's high. We've given back a lot of Friday's move. We're down 2%. We're still inside Friday's range, but I'm looking for a top fish on NVIDIA, my top watch for the week. Tesla daily uptrend. Still looking for a weekly lower high. So I like a bounce top fish on Tesla and NVIDIA. These are my 2 top watches today, okay? AMD. We had this channel, and I've messed with these channel lines a billion times. However, we did break above it on Friday. We had a beautiful move, couldn't clear the daily 50 EMA. So I like a pullback buy on AMD and Meta. They were the two of the stronger names in the high beta world. So Meta had this squeeze, and we fired to the bullish side. You see that high compression squeeze. So I like Meta and AMD long, and I like NVIDIA and Tesla short. CCJ, we're looking for a daily lower high is the more likely scenario compared to the all-time high of 42.17. So I like a bounce short against Friday's high on CCJ, looking for the daily lower high. D-Dog, we're looking for a weekly lower high. It got a downgrade this morning. Man, it's already down too much. I would look for a bounce to short on D-Dog. Meta, I said I like long. You're in Mendoza. Interesting. I'll have to ask my friend, Mr. Fabulous, where I think he's in the capital city of Argentina. Yeah, I can look at Netflix chart. It had a great reversal candle on Friday. That's a pretty nice reversal candle. And the weekly candle, we got a lower wick of bulls buying the dip. We're closer to Friday's high than we are to the low. Yeah, this is pretty shallow. We could still get a higher high. Daily's no longer oversold. Weekly lower high is the more likely scenario. What I'm seeing this morning, I'm a much more comfortable bear than I am a bull today. Doesn't mean I can't be wrong and can't be convinced otherwise very quickly. Depends on price action. I went over nat gas if you want to rewind. I agree, success. You see Google and Apple as safety stocks than utilities. I'm with you. They have dividends. Apple has dividend. They have great fundamentals and financials. All right. Microsoft had a great day on Friday. That was a pretty chart, but couldn't clear the daily 50 MA. Yeah, this is healthy consolidation on Microsoft, higher high as possible. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving to my Canada friends. All right. Got almost 300 of you and 138 likes. I appreciate it. I am going to, okay, I'll look at those. Let's look at Lockheed. Defense stocks are having a good day. Israel, and we're providing some aid to Israel is what I read, so that should be good for defensive stocks. 4 hours overbought. I would stay in back burner mode on these. What's Raytheon look like? Raytheon, this is defense name, up 4%, back burner. These things are pretty oversold. This could be a really good bounce today. We're oversold on the daily, and LMT is oversold on the daily. Yeah, I like LMT and RTX for a back burner watch. CCJ all-time high, it's $56. I'm sorry, I meant 52-week high. My bad. 52-week high. Thanks for that. Yep, 45.26 is what I have as the all-time high. I'm so sorry, George. My thoughts are with you. Good point, success. Gosh, we got some smart people in here. I love you all. Thanks for welcoming me back. We're going to have a busy week. I am so happy to be back. This is my happy place. And TCGers, I will be in the room all day, all week. You can't get rid of me. All right, y'all have a wonderful day and use stop losses.